Let's bring in Doug Gottlieb from CBS Sports. He joins us now. Doug, how are you?
She's got a great personality, right?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Kraft he's a guy that people just hate him. Why?
I do think we have a tendency to talk about, certain guys locking on guys too much, but here's the way I look at it, Dan. Obviously, I feel for him because I feel like he ended up with his career much the way I did, where not only can you not make you don't make shots, you can't shoot, but you don't think you can. You don't think you can make jump shots, and it's really, really hard to play that way. He had an incredible career, and for anybody who wants to challenge me on it, I mean, he went to a Final Four, a Sweet 16, an Elite Eight, and they lost. And I don't know. Kid can play for me anytime. Just wish he wouldn't have lost his confidence and kept changing his shot. So he's what my coach called me, a Heinz 57 guy. You shoot it differently every time you get it. So, but I don't know. Haters are gonna hate, man. You should see Twitter when I'm doing a game. Like, you are the worst announcer in the history of the world. Like, okay, well, listen, I may not be the best. I may not be Raft, but I know I'm not the worst. I've heard other guys.
But what bothers you though when you? I don't read it. I just can't.
I don't read it, but it's like I like to stay engaged, especially on the timeline on Twitter when I'm doing something. That's kind of one of the things I do that's unique. Is I have the thing open, and occasionally during a timeout I'll send one, or if a game's going on, and I have the games up as well. I kind of multitask. I can do it, but just enough people say you're the stupidest person on earth, and you're like, wow, maybe I'm really dumb. You start to, I'm a pretty confident guy, and you start to question myself. So I don't know. Getting back to Kraft. Man, I don't know.
No, I'd rather stay on this.
He's a good kid. We have a tendency. He became the Jock Vaughn of this era. And Jock obviously is a better player at Kansas. Remember Vitale used to, Jock Vaughn, oh my God, I love him. And people hate him for it. I don't know. That's just how people are wired. And maybe it's because there are a ton of great college guards that don't get that attention, but it's not Kraft's fault that he doesn't get that attention. It is Kraft's fault that he couldn't make a jump shot at the end of his career.
Here's the problem.
He did score the last two big buckets, by the way.
He stayed around too long. That's what happens. That in college, like
Tyler
Hansbrough. No, what I'm saying is he wasn't going anywhere, but most good players leave. He stayed, therefore we knew who he was. He probably got more attention because he had stayed and, probably rubbed people the wrong way. I go back to Greg Paulus at Duke. I mean, the guy was there 8 years, and people just hated him because, every time you turn on Duke, it'd be Greg Paulus. Oh, Greg Paulus. So I think that's it.
But Paulus wasn't that good. He got beat out eventually. And, he's actually, crazy enough, Greg Paulus on staff at Ohio State.
Yeah.
I mean, and then he went, but Paulus, he went to go play football at Syracuse. And you want to talk about an incredible career to go be a starter one place and go somewhere else. I don't know. Just craziness. But
all right, okay. I got to ask you this with Tommy Amaker.
Yeah.
Boston College?
No.
Bigger? Stay?
No, I don't think he'll leave. Remember, he was at Michigan. First of all, his wife is. I think his wife's brilliant. She's got some job. They're good money wise, and he's
but
one of
he
these
can
guys
go
that,
back to the ACC. I
but
mean,
you want to take the worst job in the ACC? Look, you want to go in the ACC now? All right, here's what you got now in the ACC. You got Louisville, you got Syracuse, you got Pittsburgh. Oh, you got Carolina, you got Duke, you got Virginia, and you're recruiting the same kids as Virginia and Notre Dame, and dude, are you gonna do that? Or you get Harvard, where you have the best job in the league, and every year you roll out and you got better players than everybody else. And if it's not about money, and I'm like, look,
good.
You're not gonna win national championship at Harvard, but I don't think Tommy's wired that way. You're at Harvard. Steve Ballmer was at the game yesterday. You're at Boston College. Sorry, I don't. I'm like, look, I love Joe Tess and my boy John Shambi and Doug Flutie, but I'd like to rub elbows with Steve Ballmer and some of the Harvard alums and be their guy.
Do you realize that Harvard has had more presidents than NCAA wins?
It's crazy.
It's 7-2.
But have you seen them in person?
Harvard?
Yeah.
No.
They can go, man. You come. I said this on Selection Sunday, and they walk out. You're like, okay, so when's Harvard actually? Who's wearing Harvard's uniforms? And then you talk to them. They have a kid, Kyle Casey, okay, and Kyle Casey had to remove himself from school. They had this school-wide cheating investigation where
I remember
it
that.
was like one of those deals where like I thought it was open book. And so I said, so Kyle, what'd you do? And he goes, well, I went to Kuwait twice, and I'm doing this program to help kids learn to play basketball in Kuwait. Like Kuwait? Yeah. What else did you do? Oh, I'm working with inner city youth in Boston, and making sure with the shoe company so people get shoes. Like they're incredible kids, and they can all play basketball, and they don't look like. Some of my friends that played at Princeton back in the 90s where, they're just hoping you miss because they can't guard you.
He's Doug Gottlieb from CBS Sports joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Biggest upset yesterday was who?
Well, remember, I did a site. So, the North Dakota State thing was really cool. They were leading by 10, and then all of a sudden Oklahoma comes storming back. Oklahoma had the game won. And this is one of those that at the end of the day we just kind of scribble your name in. We're like, remember the Bison of North Dakota State. They're down 4 with a minute to go, minute 15 or so to go. And Oklahoma just fouls and, misses free throws. But here's the coolest thing. They have and I can't remember his name because I did 4 games and I'm on like an hour's sleep. Carlin, what's his name? Carlin, look it up, man.
Dupree?
Carlin Dupree.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait. This kid checks in with a minute and 15 to go. He literally checks in the game cold in overtime, minute 15 to go.
A true freshman.
Okay? And he's like, as soon as he checked in, I was like, this dude, it's like the kid who's in baseball, like, don't throw me the ball, don't hit me, don't hit it to me. He gets the basketball, starts dribbling up the court, and I don't think he was fouled, but they call a foul. He makes 2 free throws. So next time down the court, they're up 2 points. He gets the ball in the wing. Second time he touches it, he drives to the baseline and goes and scores over the top. Kyle, you want to talk about owning a day? This kid's a true freshman. He hadn't played for 43 minutes and change, gets the ball and scores 4 and wins the game for North Dakota State. And just an amazing story for a team that just went Division I, back in, I think, 2009.
All right, give me the surprise today. What will be the headline on Friday night, Saturday morning?
I think Mercer's going to give Duke a game.
Well, wait, are you calling the shot that they win? Or giving them a game? It'd be cool if you did.
I'd love to call a game. I've seen. I know Bob Hoffman's back. He was a NAIA coach and an assistant in Oklahoma previously.
Call the shot, Doug. Come on.
What, did they beat Duke?
Yeah.
Langston Hall and Mercer beat Duke.
You're stalling. Come on. You tell me NAIA stuff and shot
clock
is on.
Sure,
Doug.
fine, whatever. I can't. If you want me, I'll be that guy for you. So it's a great soundbite for DP. Mercer is going to take down Duke. Mark it out, book it. But
I took Dayton over Ohio State.
Of course you did, though. You're Mr. Dayton.
Yeah, but I want to win my bracket.
Did you take Eastern Kentucky over Kansas?
No. I took North Dakota State last night. I didn't take Harvard over Cincinnati because I didn't. Everybody was calling for that, and I didn't think it was an upset. It was kind of weird.
You know what? I talked myself out of that. I said it on Selection Sunday, and then I talked myself out of my bracket, and then I watched North Dakota State, and I was like, they're going to beat. And I watched film, they're going to beat Oklahoma, and then I did my bracket online, and they're like, give me a bracket, and I'd already filled out one Selection Sunday, so I didn't call that one either. So you end up. The more you know, the less you know.
I know. I did the same thing. You talk yourself in and out of stuff. All right, you calling games? When's your next games?
So today we have off. So today, I did the Spokane Regional.
Yeah.
So today we have off. So I get to watch games. I get to watch. Frankly, I get to watch the Zags against my alma mater. That'll be fun. We do interviews, and then tomorrow I'll call Oklahoma. Oklahoma lost. I just have to point out you can't spell choke without okay.
Wow, that was a shot at Oklahoma. Wow.
I'm teasing. So we have Harvard against Michigan State, and man, I don't know if you saw what Adrian Payne did yesterday.
Yeah, he lit up the night. What do you have, 41 or something?
There's flames coming out of the basketball.
Wait, are you calling Harvard over Michigan State, Doug?
No, Michigan State's going to be
right, okay.
It was like you against me in the man cave.
And shooting?
That's how well he shot the ball. Adrian Payne was you.
I'd like to have you back in here. I felt bad for you because I know you're not a great shooter, but you're one of the
it's
top.
a low ceiling, man.
No,
Listen, I'm better in 5-on-5. You know me.
It's
I
called
dime
a home
people
court
up.
advantage, Doug. I mean, that's what this is. It's a home court advantage.
Fritzy is all about freedom of movement, too. He's constantly calling hand checks.
This is we would actually be sort of like Chris Corciani and Rodney Monroe because
fire and ice?
Yeah, you would pass the ball to me, and we would do okay. I mean, we would be fine.
Yeah,
I'd like it.
I like a little fire and ice. Yeah. So, and then the other one is North Dakota. I'll tell you, North Dakota State's going to beat San Diego State.
All right.
And I'm like the San Diego State network. I've done 9 San Diego State games this year. I actually fly in the team charter. I got a letter jacket. I've done so many games. But that style, and this guy Saul Phillips is the best, man. I mean, he's just like, isn't this fun? Oh, gee. It's great. He's amazing.
All right, I have to go. You have to go to bed, and I'll let you read Twitter.
All right, Dan. Love you long time. It looks great, man.
Thank you, buddy. That's Doug Gottlieb, CBS Sports.